frame.
Oh, yeah, you can find the best angle, bro. That works. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. We want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that's what teaching this truth. All right, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Shalakia. The wind started blowing a little bit heavy. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we start, bro.
Say.
As soon as we start, man. Just bear with us. You know what I'm saying? Because it just got real windy and everything started kind of tipping over. So. And I'm at the, you see that brother Book? Peace here, bro. Yeah. And I'm. It should stay good like that. It should be fine, Lord willing. Alright. But yes, Salaki for that, you know what I'm saying? The wind started blowing. Once again, we want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that's what teaching this truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Alright, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in the Lord is going to deliver in these last days. So you always say shalom. Our Great Millstone Dallas back again. Today's date is the 11th of June, or excuse me, the 11th of July. All right, and hey, time is speeding up, man. Time is flying, man. Okay, and as the time is flying, the scripture says the Lord will make the days short. Okay, and we love that the days are being made short, man. You know, and as we understand with the days being made short, that's shortening our time here in this kingdom, man. You know, but the thing that we want to get into, the spirit, is the fact of how Esau Edom is all over the damn place, man. You know, Esau Edom is all over the damn place. They're divided. Everybody's confused. You know, you have this whole thing going on between the whole Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to come out. All of a sudden, they just disappeared. Right. You know, and everybody's in an uproar about this now. You know, you have pretty much issues going on between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Elon Musk created his own political party called the American Party. You know, so Esau is pretty much he's in a position right now where he's trying to bring forth all kinds of mass confusion. Okay, but through that confusion, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is going to cast all that down ultimately at the end of the day, man. All right, so we can start off with that is Isaiah 47.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right, so it says, sit down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right. Now that virgin daughter of Babylon that is referenced here is talking about America. And why does it specifically say virgin? All right, when you think about a virgin, that's a woman. All right, in the context of Bafullah in the Hebrew, I'd rather say. As a matter of fact, get that word virgin there in the Hebrew. I'm gonna see if it's Bafullah.
Strong's H 1323. Bach.
Yeah, Bach.
Bach. It says daughter, a girl, adopted daughter, as designated as women of a particular place.
As women as a particular place. So this virgin daughter is talking about a place. Now, is this talking about ancient Babylon, or is this talking about a new Babylon? Right? Go ahead.
It says a personification.
Personification, right? A personification is when you have an object that's personified as a person or a thing. Right? But something's personified, right? Go ahead.
It says a daughter villages. It says young woman, young women.
A young woman, right? Go ahead. Is there any more? Wait, that's it. Okay. Go back up real quick. Go ahead. Okay, yeah. When we get to root, yeah, you can. If there's anything that you see that's interesting. But that virgin daughter of Babylon is going to a woman, specifically a young woman, but a woman that hasn't been touched. Right? Go ahead. Okay, so go back and read it again.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground.
Sit on the ground, and sitting on the ground means what? Sitting in a low place, man.
Right.
See, and America right now is the lowest place, man. And even America is a lowland, man.
Right.
You know, but specifically, you have people that are morally low, spiritually low. See, but the Lord ultimately is causing this perverse spirit to be mingled here, man, which has these people in pretty much in a bugged out state of mind, man. Go ahead.
It says, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, right? And the throne represents what? The throne represents a power, it represents a royalty. As a matter of fact, can you jump to Nahum? Jump to Nahum, the 3rd chapter, where it talks about the mistress of witchcraft. Nahum chapter 3. You can start at verse 4.
Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitudes of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms.
That selleth nations through her whoredoms, through her witchcraft, man. Read that again, Slug.
Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. Can you get that word whoredoms? We're gonna get words, man. We're gonna get a lot of words, man. That's how you gotta read the Bible, man. You gotta figure out what words mean when you go back to their origin, right? That word in the Hebrew is you got Zanawunyum. Because the root word is Zanah. Zanawunyum.
All right, and it says adultery, fornication, prostitution.
Adultery, fornication, or prostitution. Okay? Now, the thing about adultery is, technically what's adultery? All right? Adultery is whenever a woman who was married lays with lays with another man. Okay? That's what adultery is. Or a man that lays with the woman that already has a husband. Right? So America is known as the well-favored harlot, right? That selleth nations through her whoredoms. And these whoredoms are likened unto what? Philosophies. Different ways of life that are contrary to Yahawah Shemawashai's way, man. That's why when you read in Jeremiah 51, it says that what? Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Okay? Should be.
It says, to commit fornications, to be a harlot, to play a harlot, to act as a harlot, to commit fornication, to commit adultery, to be a cult prostitute.
To be a cult prostitute. Now, what is a cult prostitute? A cult prostitute is whenever you would have sex in the name of another god. You see, that's what a cult prostitute is. So America is also known as a harlot, a hoe, pretty much a hoe, a cult prostitute. You see, that gets these nations to go off through her wine, through her philosophies, through her whoredoms, right? Go ahead.
It says,
If there's any more.
I got to say, it says a cult prostitute, also known as a sacred or temple prostitute, refers to the practice of engaging in sexual acts as part of a religious ritual, often within the context of fertility cults.
Fertility cults, man. One fertility cult is like, for example, to the goddess, quote unquote, which is not really a god, but to the goddess Ashereth or Astarte, right? Astarte is pretty much the queen of heaven. That's why when you look at a statue of Ashereth, she has many breasts on her, letting you know that it's a fertility god, man. Which ultimately Astarte, I'd rather say Easter, goes back to the name Astarte. That's where you get the common word Easter from. That's where you get rabbits and what do rabbits do? They multiply.
Right.
You know, they're a very fruitful animal.
Yeah.
See, that's what that whole concept of Easter goes back to, man. See, all these so-called holidays that America has are all rooted in paganism and idolatry at the end of the day, man. You know? You got it.
This is Revelation 17 to verse 5. I start at verse 4 in the NLT. It says, the woman wore purple and scarlet clothing and beautiful jewelry made of gold and precious gems and pearls.
Might as well just start up at the top.
This is go up to verse
You was reading verse 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and start at verse 1.
Done. It's Revelation 17 and 1. Been in NLT. It says, I read in KJV start up here. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show thee the judgment of the great whore.
Right, I will show you the judgment of the great whore. There's that word whore again. Go ahead.
That sitteth upon many waters.
That sitteth upon many waters, and that many waters is talking about many people when you read down in the chapter. Yep.
Verse 2. With whom the king of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with her wine and of her fornication.
Right, it says who the inhabitants of the earth have made drunk with their wine. Right, and that wine once again goes into different philosophies. Right, all these different ways of being, America spreads forth to these various different nations. You know, it talks about that in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, man. You know, it says that woe unto you that giveth thy neighbor drink, that they may look upon their nakedness. You know, that giveth them the bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman, and sat upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, and that woman is talking about America, and that scarlet-colored beast is a revival of the Roman Empire, man, and America spearheads that. The beast that had the 7 heads and the 10 horns, those 7 heads goes into the Greeks, the Romans, all right, Germania Major, Germania Minor, the French, the Spanish, and the British. Those are the 7 heads that make up this whole beast in America, which comes out of the 8, of the 7, excuse me, is that core that controls it, man.
Right.
Pretty much all these various different nations got to bow down to what America's saying, but now you have these various different nations that are bucking up to what America's saying too.
Right.
You see, with Donald Trump being in office and his look being more stout than his fellows, now these various different nations is like, hold on, man. You know, these particular deals, like he making these tariffs, pretty much that he's about to place on these BRICS nations. That's about to cause more friction amongst these NATO and EU nations, man. Right. That's gonna cause the 10 horns to hate the whore eventually, man. Because what's America doing? America's messing up their bread, man. Messing up their deals.
Weaponizing the dollar.
Yeah, weaponizing the dollar, man. That's why they want to. That's why these BRICS nations they're getting away from the dollar, and they want a currency that's going to be backed by gold, and that's going to mess up America big time, man. Big time. So we living in some very, very exciting times where we're literally seeing the downfall of the empire, man. Right. We're seeing the downfall of Esau and Edom, man.
Right.
Which is a very beautiful thing. You know?
Don gotta say butter me?
Hey, I want to pull this ChatGPT going into Isaiah 47, verse 1 and 2. I'm going to read the verses real quick. All right, this is back in Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1 and 2. It says, Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Now when you go out and ask ChatGPT the symbolic meaning of a virgin sitting on the ground, all right, and grinding meal. It says Isaiah 47 verse 1 and 2 speaks of symbolic and prophetic language about the downfall of Babylon, often portrayed in scriptures as a proud and powerful woman. Here's the passage from the KJV for clarity. And it has the verses. And go down. It says symbolic breakdown. Virgin daughter of Babylon. Virgin here symbolizes a nation, Babylon, that has been untouched by conquest.
There it is.
Proud, secure, and unchallenged. See, ain't nobody challenged America, man. Ain't nobody really challenged America, man, like that, man. You see, because all these nations know, all right, what America got. They know that they're military. That's why the scriptures call it the hammer of the earth, man. You see? And that blessing was given unto Esau, so he gonna, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody fucking with him, man. Because that's his blessing is the sword. But it says daughter. It says it implies lineage or a continuation of the Babylonian spirit or empire. It says, this image reflects innocence or pride in a self-image, but that will be stripped away. That's exactly.
No, he's gonna make you.
I was just gonna say, that's what the Lord is gonna do, man. The Lord is gonna strip that nigga. I'm gonna read it again. It says, this image reflects innocence or pride in self-image, but the Lord, it says, but that will be stripped away. Yeah, all this pride that America got, man, the Lord is gonna strip that shit away, man. He's already doing it, man. That's why, hey, America, like the brother said, man, the beast is starting to hate the Lord. He's making enemies of his own allies now, man. You see, and it's only gonna get worse the time, the closer and closer we get. All right, until the MOT being implemented. All right, the Third World War, and then what? Then ultimately those nuclear missiles hit this bitch, man. But it's.
Well, I will say, you mentioned like I said, that pride goes to what? That power. How do you get that power through your military might?
Right.
And with America, out of the world's military expenditures for all countries, America spends 40% of military expenses throughout the whole world. Something like that, yeah.
Astronomical number.
It'll be good if you stand next to my brother.
That's what I'm saying. Now, that's why America's so proud. You have Edomites that go into saying that America, like they'll be proud to say nobody can't touch us. America really, why? Because when they got the aircraft carriers, we'll bring them jets over to you and destroy you.
This is according to AI overview. It says in 2024, the United States spent $997 billion on its military.
Since 1 year?
That was last year.
Last year, but it took them 6 days to build Alcatraz.
Right.
You mean to tell me you can't feed the poor in this country?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
You spent that much money last year on military alone?
And that's why they have to keep up these various military ventures, because that's how these billionaires are getting rich, man. Right. You gotta think now, these technocrats are becoming a part of the military.
Right.
You got guys like Peter Thiel, Alex, Karp.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The founders and CEO of Palantir, which is AI, ultra database. That's used to pinpoint certain people that they call theists, if you get my drift, to take them out. Now that's being used on the masses. You know what I'm saying? So they're using various technology in the military, you know what I'm saying, and then they'll bring it home. Right. That's where the microwave came from. Not to digress too much.
Hey, even when you look at the symbol of that plate that sit on top of the microwave, that sit inside the microwave, it's that they got that what is that? Like that radiation or atomic symbol, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's what they got it, bro. Man, I got some real bad for y'all brothers going into. This Judith 9:7 in the GNT, it says, now the Assyrians are stronger than ever. Mm-hmm. They take pride in their cavalry and their infantry.
Hey, and if you do research on the Assyrians were known for conquering. I watched one documentary. They said that it was they had beliefs if they stopped conquering, the world would, you heard it too, the world would cease. And isn't that the same concept that Babylon the Great has, America has? Mm-hmm. We don't stop, we don't intervene, the world's gonna be in chaos.
Right.
And with that mindset, man, they rationalize doing some very insidious shit throughout the world.
Right. Yep. I'll read it again. Judith 9:7 in the GNT. Now the Assyrians are stronger than ever. They take pride in their cavalry and their infantry. They rely on their weapons. But they do not know that you, O Lord, are a warrior who ends wars. Woo. The Lord is your name.
That was heavy, bro. Because at the end of the day, what's the Lord's name? Yahawah, but they call him what? Yahawah of hosts.
Right.
He's the Lord of armies, man. You see, the scripture says in Exodus the 15th chapter that the Lord he's a man of war, man. You see, so the Lord is all about Yahawashi is all about theater, the whole theater of war, man. See, so he's put Esau in this high and lofty position.
Right.
He's putting it in his mind to get all this AI technology built, all this whole surveillance system getting all set up, pretty much getting all these people into a database, to ultimately show forth, like, even though you think that you God, nigga, I'm over you. Right. I gave you the information to do this, nigga.
Right.
How you know, you get over on people.
Right. How you gonna outdo the creator? You know who created war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna outdo him?
Yeah, right. Hey man, dude, hey, Esau getting down, man. While you got Jake bullshitting, Israelites bullshitting, talking about things that don't go into prophecy, man. Jake, hey, Esau preparing, he's preparing the sword, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And it's about to get, hey, it's about to get real nasty out here, man. Right. Very, very soon. You see what you already see the spirit Donald Trump is in. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, look, if you oppose me and you oppose what I got going on, nigga, I'm about to kick your ass out and send your ass into prison.
Right.
No due process or nothing.
Like I said, you know, you got comedians, Ricky Smiley telling you that Esau, he's getting ready to pick up these guns and prepare for what's to come. And y'all damn niggas out here flapping these fans. Talking about where the fans is. We're not prepared for what's to come. Yeah, boldness. See, that's why the Lord said that, you know, basically you're going to get caught up in like a thief in the night, you're going to get caught up in the stuff that's about to go down. What is that? Because Esau is going to come down with great wrath. All right, Revelation 12, around the 12th verse. These things are really about to happen. You know, just like you're going to see war that's ramping up, you're going to see civil unrest ramp up here in Babylon as well.
Ezekiel 21 and 9 in the NLT. Son of man, the people, it's like to give the people this message from the Lord. A sword is being sharpened and polished. It is sharpened for a terrible slaughter.
It is, if I may real quick, in Psalm 17, the scripture says that will deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. So that sword that's being sharpened is Esau. That's Esau, man. That's the wicked that the Lord is setting up to pretty much whoop Jake's ass, man. Real bad, man. Hey, Jake, we about to see something that we have never experienced, man.
Right.
I'm talking about the world has never witnessed how bad the Lord is getting ready to judge Jake. It's about to be on a whole nother level, man. That's why the fear of the Lord is pivotal, man. It's important. That's the most important thing.
That's right.
It's about to be a famine that the world has never seen. People about to start losing their minds, literally going insane, man.
People already losing their jobs.
Yep. Yep. Things are getting more expensive. People are already losing it, man. But when the Lord put the spirit on Esau, Edom, to really put the squeeze on, like put the real squeeze out, man, you gotta start seeing people colors, man.
Right.
You know?
Going back, Ezekiel 21 and verse 10 in the NLT, it says it is sharpened for a terrible slaughter and polished to flash like lightning. Man. Now will you laugh? That's the question. Man. Now will you laugh? Those far stronger than you have fallen beneath his power.
It says, now will you laugh? Once again, you still got Jake playing games, man.
Right.
Jesting, you know, laughing, like kikiing, not taking this truth seriously, making the truth about themselves, making the truth about debating,
Right.
trying to sound good for these hoes.
Right.
You know? Trying to sound smart. But you're not worried about you're not being occupied in prophecy, man. While you busy doing that, Esau busy sharpening his sword, and they get ready to wage. Hey, Esau getting ready to wage war, man.
Right. Yeah.
Why do you think that he's only aiming at the tribes? Right. He ain't aiming at these so-called East Indians over here, these Israelites that's over here, these Arabs that's over here. No, he aiming at the northern and the southern kingdom specifically.
Verse 11, it says, yes, the sword is now being sharpened and polished. It is being prepared for the execution.
Woo, man, the execution. And what's the executioner's job? It's to execute your ass, man. Right. That's literally his occupation is to kill you. See? Jake done got too comfortable, man. Jake done got too comfortable around their enemies, man. You know? Jake done forgot that they got enemies. See, but that's why the scripture tells you. It tells you that pretty much the circumcised is going to be punished with the uncircumcised, man.
Okay, I gotta get this next verse. Verse 12, Son of man, cry out and wail. pound your thighs in anguish, for the sword will slaughter my people and their leaders.
Woo.
Everyone will die.
God. Bro, I mean, like, what else? Like, how else do you need to say that? And it says what? It says raise your voice and pound your thigh. Like, man, look, hey, it's coming. Like, you know, when somebody's raising it, hey, you know, get their attention. But what does Jake want to do? Jake would rather just not pay attention. So they're gonna get caught out there. Yahawah Bashim outside willing that us and our families are protected, man. You don't even know if we're gonna make it.
It's gonna get hairy out here, man. And the only thing that's gonna keep the elect going is that faith, you know. And the things that we read about in these scriptures, they have to come alive when it comes to adversity. You know what I'm saying? You know, look what's coming out about John the Baptist, that angle, and why you know the elder apostle Yahawah is emphasizing on that, because man, when John the Baptist got locked up, that doubt started hitting him, man.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at the overview, you know what I'm saying, in AI, like why, you know, did he have doubt? Like, yeah, he had doubt because one, he thought, you know what I'm saying, Yahawashi was gonna return to set everything back in order right then and there. Then he was, you know, being in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that goes through your mind when you're going through adversity. But what did he do? He leaned on Yahawashi. He asked Yahawashi for help or answers. Same thing with Peter. When Peter was walking on the water and became scared, and the wind became boisterous, he cried out to Yahawashi. Right? These other camps, they're not emphasizing Yahawashi. Like the Kahan Taz is bringing out beautifully. These other camps, man, they're making it about really gimmicks. You know, they're not getting ready for the time that's coming, bro. And a lot of people, it's gonna be a deep of the night. You know, it might people gonna have an epiphany that damn, it's not gonna get better.
Yep.
It might be an event, it might be situations that's happening to where they might realize like I might not bounce back to this. You know, sometimes you hit hard times, you're like, nah, I'll bounce back. But it's come to a time where ain't nobody gonna bounce back, bro. Right. To where you're gonna have to have faith to get through. You know what I'm saying? And these other camps, they're not emphasizing faith. They're emphasizing what they can do. This truth became a free-for-all. The brother Gabara out there in Rochester said, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this whatever you want to do it in you know, in the name of being an Israelite, bro. Yep. So judgment has to come because this thing it's become a spectacle. You know what I'm saying?
I got something for you. Ezekiel 7, I'm going to start at verse 3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Right, so all the things that, you know, these various camps were teaching incorrectly, teaching their camps to do, that ride the spirit, you know what I'm saying, disregarding Yahawashi, which if you disregard Yahawashi, you disregard prophecy, because he is prophecy, right? The reason why we're here is we're ushering in, or we're heralding in the coming of Yahawashi. So everything that is this mystery has been around is really Yahawashi, him coming back. But these other people, you got Captain Kazariak, he's on, you know, various podcasts. He's on, I forget which one podcast he be on all the time. I forget what it is. I don't watch that shit. Basically, where a bunch of niggas get together and argue all day long.
Oh, you talking about Clubhouse?
Thank you. Water. Clubhouse. You know, being interviewed for this and that, but Yahawashi is not spoken about.
Right.
That name is not emphasized. You just call him Christ and just keep pushing. You know? So all this folly, man, Jake gonna have to deal with that, bro. Jake gonna have to deal with that, man. And it's not gonna be a game out here, bro. You know? It's not a game. It's deadly serious. You know? Go ahead, Al.
Verse 4, Ezekiel 7:4 says, and mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am Yahawah. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come.
That's right. The end is very near, I count. talking about we're at the beginning of sorrows now. Wars, earthquakes, you know what I'm saying, pestilence in diverse places. This is only the beginning. It's bad out here. But this is only the beginning, man. You know, being deep in it, man, you're just gonna be like, wow. You said we've been talking about it, you know? But still, it's gonna take faith to get through. It's gonna take some serious faith to get through. You know? This is why it's so important, you know what I'm saying, to have that belief in Yahawashi. Because without him, you're not going to continue forward. When you depend on your flesh, you're not going to continue forward. When you depend on the law, you're not going to continue forward. You're going to fall. You know? Because he was about to take away your amenities, man. That's your food. You know what I'm saying? Your dainties. He's gonna squeeze on the masses to where each individuals are gonna have to make a choice.
You said water?
Sister, you want some water?
There's one right there. One right there.
Yeah, this one right here. We got one.
It's all good.
Okay, now. No.
Yeah, man, it's about to start getting real out here, man. Because really, reality, you know, this isn't even reality. This is really a dream for these people. I mean, it's a nightmare for us, you know. But reality really hasn't hit these people like that yet. You know, because you can easily still walk around and go into these stores and go get some food. You know, go out to the bar, have a drink, do whatever. You can still do whatever you're doing with no, you know, still just live your life like it's normal. See, this is that city that flows without care. That has neither bars nor gates. You know, they think that they're safe. They think that they're secure.
Ezekiel 33 and 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from Yahawah. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they shew much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
So they see us on the highways and hedges preaching. They see us on YouTube on the videos. They see these lessons going out, right? But they look at this as if it's a joke, as if it's a fad. You even have Israelites that do that, man. What the elder just read here, man. They'll come out, they'll act like they listening. You know, they may see it, they may blow the horn. Hey, man. You know, I'm an Israelite. You know, oh yeah, I believe. Yeah, man. Shalom.
One dude threw up his fringes. He was like,
See, I got
that?
it. You ain't how you want to see, bro.
That doesn't. At the end of the day, the Lord ain't looking for that, man.
Nothing.
You know, they turn the YouTube on and they roll their blunt. Get ready, hey, man. I'm about to watch some Israelites, man. Shit, I'm gonna see maybe some controversy. Right. Then you got these dumbass niggas that are Israelites making controversial ass titles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about all the JEW, his head, all this madness, this stupid shit, man. I believe them niggas are agents. You know what I'm saying? They set up, or they just some stupid ass niggas, man. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you know they're doing that. They're doing that for clickbait and views. But ultimately, it can make the ministry be blamed, man. But we already understand and know that we have to be numbered amongst the transgressors, just like Yahawashi. But it's going to be a difference between who the Lord dealing with and who's not. You know?
Verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when thou comest, and when this cometh to pass, though it will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them.
That's when they gonna know. When these things come to pass, and lo, they will come to pass. Lo, it's gonna come. Don't tarry, wait for it. It's gonna surely come. That's when they gonna know that a prophet was among them the whole time, but it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. You're not gonna be able to say, oh, what was the man? What was the guy's name that they was praying to again? I can't remember. I can't. Man, what was that? What was they saying? I can't remember. And they try to go to YouTube, but the video's gonna be off YouTube. They gonna. You think you're gonna be easily accessing the internet in that time? No. Hell no, you ain't gonna be able to easily access the internet, man. The only way that you're gonna be able to access the internet is if you tied into this. If you tied into this system, that's gonna be it. You're gonna have to have that seed, man.
Click on it.
You know.
This is 2 Ezra 8, starting verse 45. It said, "It's possible, O Lord above, spare the people who are your own. Have pity on them. Show mercy to the people you have created." He answered, "The present is for those who live now, and the future is for those who are to come. You are certainly not able to love what I have created more than I do. Never again consider yourself among the unrighteous, as you have done so often. Yet I am very pleased that you have shown proper humility and not boasted by thinking of yourself as righteous. The people of this world..."
Read that verse again.
Starting verse 47, says, "You are certainly not able to love what I have created more than I do. Never again consider yourself among the unrighteous, as you have done so often."
That's what Apostle Paul puts that often. Like, hey, we better than these people, man. You know, and the reason why is gonna let you know. Go ahead.
Says, this is the GNT slide. Says, "Yet I am very pleased that you have shown proper humility and boasted by thinking of yourself as righteous. The people of this world who live their lives in pride and arrogance."
I think yourself is righteous.
Think yourself as righteous.
Okay.
Right, I read that again.
No, go ahead.
It says that you have shown humility and not boasted by thinking of yourself as righteous.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't think of myself as righteous. Right. And we know we got our bullshit. And we're trying to refine ourselves for the day of the Lord. This is what we constantly emphasize. Like, man, I got to get my shit together because I know that judgment's around the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's why we go. We're putting out videos about exhortation, you know what I'm saying, or how to get close to the Lord, not being weak, not, you know what I'm saying, understanding what you're a part of. All these things are basically gearing us towards the time that we're about to walk into. Right. It's coming into the times where we each are going to have to stand up individually in our lives and face ourselves. It's like being in a boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? Well, it says that in 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter, that fight is one that doesn't beat at the air. You know what I'm saying? When you in that boxing ring, bro, you are fighting yourself. If you fight somebody in your same weight class, you know what I'm saying, and y'all the same height, you're not really fighting him. You're fighting your own mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You might, you know, he might be, jumping at you. Might be biting too hard, putting your hand down. He hit you. You got to tighten up, you know what I'm saying? Or you're not letting your hands go enough. Same thing with this truth, man. You really fighting yourself. And that fight is you refining yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You're boxing against that old man.
You boxing against that nigga, you know what I'm saying, that you left years ago that likes to pop out.
Pop out on your ass, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get tired. In boxing, you got certain defense mechanisms that you resort to. Same thing with you know what I'm saying, with ourselves, emotionally and spiritually. And it's constantly, okay, let me get this together. Let me get this together. And that takes humility to see that. Somebody like Adrian Broner had all the talent for a full weight division, you know what I'm saying, champion. Seemingly had it all. He didn't have that humility to substitute. Okay, I gotta stop this and do this.
Yep.
And he didn't go to that next level of a Hall of Famer, right?
That woman left with children and shit, had a nice family.
Yep.
Now let the brother trip.
Yep. Party tour, lost it all.
He went to Walmart, was shopping at the top. His chain, let's say he bought something, his chain, he flushed it down the toilet. throw the money out
You
the
throw
window.
the money, you just
Wow, bro.
being a mad niggerish, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Rioting. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, like these Israelite kids do, they don't have humility. So personally, brothers in GMS, man, you see brothers toiling, you see them trying to get it together. That takes humility, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High sees that, and He commends that. Like, okay, I see you got some humility about you. He can work with that. Even a coach, you know what I'm saying? A coach, a person might not be as athletic, but if he's willing to be humble and be molded, then that very person right there he could be turned into a world champion because he's willing.
See, y'all outside looking down like, okay, they coachable.
Yeah, he's coachable.
You coachable, supposed to work with you.
He'll work with you. He'll help you grow, build.
Hey,
But,
I'm sorry, real quick, just back to the point, real quick. Psalm 34:18. Yahawah Yahawashi is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
That's right. Work it down. Once I want you to be humble, bro. And as soon as you start getting a little bit high, the most I know how to sit your ass down, especially if we're dealing with you. He'll sit you down every time, bro. You know? I've been buying that car that I got now, brothers know it. I've had it for the longest. I first got it, boy, I was just like, man, I'm talking about, man, my head was just swollen because at the time it was a new car. You know what I'm talking about? I only had like 3 miles on it. I'm like, man, I'm dead. And I will never forget this. There was some females like that was close to me. I was like, and I kid you not, I ran into something.
Oh, man.
That little scratch, damn bumper. Fucked my bumper up. Now I already knew what it was. Like, Lord don't want me to be too big. Because soon as you get too high, you get the tripping, bro. You get the ego tripping. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High, He deals with those who of a contrite spirit that's lowly. And if He's dealing with you, He's gonna chastise you. He's gonna keep you at a low state. Conversely, if He don't mess with you, then He'll let you fall out of your lust and destroy you. Yep.
What it says in Corinthians, you don't deal with you rough and paraphrase, you like a bastard.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Yeah, you consider a bastard.
Considered a bastard.
Right.
Pretty much.
Second Ezra 8 and 50 in the GNT. Second Ezra 8 and 50 in the GNT. The people of this world who have lived their lives in pride and arrogance will suffer many things in the last days.
Is that where it says in the King James, it says many great miseries shall come upon them? Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Can you read that?
This is second Ezra. Yeah, 8 and 50.
Okay. I knew it sounded familiar.
We'll read it,
No, read it how you say it. Yeah.
It's second Ezra 8 and 50. It says, the people of this world who live their lives in pride and arrogance.
Who live their lives in pride and arrogance, and man, people are just proud as hell, man. I'm talking about pride is at its pinnacle right now, man.
Especially though they got degrees.
Oh man.
I'm talking about like top degrees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Real degrees, not the face.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. But people are proud, man. You know what I'm saying? Like people, you driving down the road, people cutting you off, and they look at you and they trying to give you a smug ass look, trying to flicking you off and shit. It's like in your flesh, you're like you be wanting to get that nigga, man. But you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta let these people have it, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord gonna get their ass, man. Right. You know? But pride is at its all-time highest point right now, man. Yep. And there's nothing for these people to be proud of. I'm talking about absolutely nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. These people are low. You know? They don't know shit, man. They're walking around with their heads up and their fucking chin out, and they don't know a goddamn thing. What's going on? Right, you know? Go ahead. No, you go ahead. I got a preach up for you, though.
Yeah, no, I'm saying these people, like Pastor Hart was saying, and Richard Pryor said, School have made people stupid. These people are stupid as fuck, man.
Right.
They don't think. You got it, bro.
This you can break it down too real quick. This Sirach. This Sirach. So the Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 6. It said in the GNT, it says, even if someone is perfect, he will be thought of as nothing without the wisdom that comes from you.
They're perfect according to this world.
Right.
That's why the Lord said the wisdom of this world is foolishness out there.
Yeah, man, these people, and they gonna realize that. They gonna realize once this fucking, once like brothers are going, like the elder said, the time's going into it. You know, once that fucking squeak, once Esau really started to just press these niggas, man, and all that carnal shit that they think that they can get their way out of, I know I can do this, I can do that. They gonna, man, because the Lord is putting us in a position to where, all right, we ain't got to do shit but trust in Him, man. Right? See, He's literally putting us in a position to where we gonna have to rely on Him, just like He did during the time of Egypt, man. See, when we was leaving out of Egypt, the Exodus, man. He put us in a position to where it wasn't nothing the Israelites could do when they were trapped between the Red Sea and those mountains, man. Nothing, bro. They had to rely on the Lord, man. Moses had to tell them, niggas, nah, chill out, man. Wait. The Lord gonna lift up the standard. You know? And that's exactly what the Lord is doing with us, man. He's putting us in a position. That's why shit going on at your goddamn job. Pieces of shit, people in high positions that don't fucking deserve it. Horrible leaders. Horrible fucking leaders, man. But you get overlooked. You the hardest working motherfucker in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But that's just our lot, man. You see? That's just our fucking lot in this truth, man. You know, but that's all good, man, because the Lord, hey, like Yahawashi said, man, in this kingdom, all right, the last is going to be first, man. You see?
That's why the Lord, you're supposed to hate this world. The Lord puts stuff in front of you and say, God damn, to vex the shit out of you. Like the priest mentioned, going into your job, you got somebody knowing that, they don't supposed to be in that position.
Nigga calling off every goddamn week. Hey, man, how the fuck this nigga, bro? This nigga's horrible. Nigga late every fucking day. Just trash, bro. Horrible.
Yeah.
They go man to their job just acting a goddamn fool.
Right.
And they get praised for it. But this one female, she got I worked on this one gig, man, and she called this white boy the N-word with a strong ER. And the white boy went and told the supervisor, and so the supervisor and his assistant ended up getting fired, but she stayed because they didn't do anything about it. So she done got 2 men fired, and she's still there talking crap. And it's like, how come she didn't get fired?
Damn, she got proud. Yeah. I know she did.
Worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Worse.
You feel like she ain't get touched there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, that's why the scripture says, fret not yourselves against because of evildoers, man. It tells you pretty much when you fret yourself, you be like, man, ask the Lord, like, man, like, why? How come this person ain't get judged? You know, but it tells you, don't fret yourself over that because in due time, they're going to be cut down, man.
Right.
All these wicked ass niggas that's out here, proud as hell, the Lord got something specially reserved for their ass, man. All these people that did you wrong,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That just walked by you and just said some shit in their mind about you.
Right.
Lord got something specifically set for them, man.
Yeah.
And when it says they're gonna be cut down in due time, hey, there's a scripture that also says how great of a number shall it be? You know, when the ears are cut down, how great of a number that's gonna be, man.
Deuteronomy 32 and 35. To me belongeth vengeance, and I will, and it says, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. It says, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them shall make haste.
Man, it says that their foot gonna slide in due time. Like, you know, when you walking, just imagine you got a nice ass suit on. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice ass suit. You got some nice ass shoes on. You got your hat.
Right.
I'm talking about you fresh as hell. You just walking. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you just bust your ass. I'm talking about you just slip and bust your ass.
Right.
Dog.
That's a you know what I'm saying?
Slipping some dog doodle all on your back.
One of your foot still sitting there, you go back like this.
And you just bust your. I'm talking about you just bust your ass. That's gonna cause your that pride, that level of confidence that you had. That shit gonna be diminished, man.
Yep.
I'm talking about you fresh, man. I'm talking about you got that you walking all smooth and all of a sudden.
We out of here.
You got that song in your head when you real clean, you just playing in your head.
Chilling.
Like you know you about to win too. You about to win all of a sudden.
You know, all right now.
You look at it, you know what I'm saying? Hat tip to the side and shit. Bust your ass, man. Fucking tear your ACLs. Both your ACLs are torn. Bro, you through, you done. All your confidence is out the window at that point, man.
Bluetooth flies you.
Right. Hey, that's what the Lord gonna do, man. The Lord getting ready to pull the rug on these niggas, man.
Right.
You over there dancing on the rug, you know, hey, woo, and then the Lord for soup, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all said that one time when people were dancing on the floor and them motherfuckers caved in on their ass.
Yeah. It was like a big ass house party. There was nothing but niggas in there too.
That happened in Denton.
But that was in Denton. Okay.
Yeah, I used to stay in those apartment complex when I was in school.
Right here too.
That was
exactly where it was at.
Fell through the floor.
No, nobody died.
Damn, niggas strong, man.
Niggas just don't die.
He was out.
Bro, that ain't, but like you say, that pride and arrogance, hey, that's the Lord setting up for these last days. You don't see nothing pridefulness, going around in this world. Like what the Lord said in these last days, with all that prideful, and then that prideful spirit, the arrogance, what is it in Proverbs 16? The pride goes up before what? Destruction. So we're gonna see that because we're knowing what times we're in. We're in the times now you're seeing military trucks and stuff out here in the streets in these certain states. They feel, hey, the pride finna be they finna slap your pride right off your smug face, that arrogant look. Right. Everybody think everything's all good, holding their head up high, thinking everything's all good. But the Lord is gonna do what? Bring the smack down. And he's gonna use what? That sword. And who is that sword he's gonna utilize here? Esau Edom. Trump is getting ready to roll on you niggas. Y'all ain't even ready for it. Y'all still wanna flap these damn fans.
Yep.
I got something for you. Sirach 5, verse 2-4 says, follow not thine own mind and thy strength, to walk in the ways of thy heart.
Hey, what is that? Like Proverbs 3. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not onto your own understanding. You always think what you're gonna do, because you don't think.
Loud ass cars. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
They always run right into a red light each time.
It's not quite it is. It's not the engine. I go with the old school engine block. Ocean. Hey, shit, like the pipes, man. Yeah, bro. Whatever.
I read it. Sirach 5 and 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength, to walk in the ways of thy heart. Look, this man, it's about to get loud. Verse 3, and say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
Yeah, that pride thing the Lord got. You got even Christians, you got a lot of Christians in the world, and especially the sons and kings of Christians. Hey, the Lord got me no matter what I do. He know my heart,
He do.
Yeah, exactly. He know your heart. He know how wicked you are. So the thing is, you thinking you're going to go around and the Lord is going to deliver you just like Mr. I don't know. That's a prideful ass nigga. So what he say? He ain't gonna be, I'm not going to be here when the time comes. He believes in the rapture. They're not going to be here when these times come. The times are here. It's just going to get ramped up and it's going to get worse. And I see you ain't got wrapped it up yet. Because you're supposed to be here. The Lord said we got to suffer these things. But the Lord is going to cover the ones that have faith and humility with Him, that walk with Him, that the Lord sups with. And the Christians, He is not supping with you. That's what we just read in 2 Ezra 8. We got to separate ourselves from these people.
Yeah.
They are prideful and they very arrogant. And you got to come with humility. They might think that we out here being prideful preaching, but we're preaching on behalf of Yahawashi Yahawashi. We're not preaching for our own vain hearts.
Becoming the name of the Lord, man. And the scripture says, if it says in Jeremiah 9, for lack of better words, if any man boast, let his boast be in Yahawashi Yahawashi.
Jeremiah,
I got one more verse just to back up your point real quick, what you just said. Verse 4, say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, He will in no wise let you go.
That's why the Lord says people are foolish because they don't understand the Lord to kill your ass, man.
Right.
See? Yep. You think you ain't did no sin? Okay, great. You might be perfect. But what about the shit you did in your past life? That's in what, Micah? Where's I forget how to go.
You know, it says pretty much I will bear the indignation because I sin against the Lord.
Exactly. The water. But they don't consider, and they don't realize how the Lord works, man. You think because you, I don't know, eat pork but pray over it, but go to school, go to Sunday school, pay your tithes and all that don't mean nothing to the Lord, man. Right? He don't acknowledge that shit anyways. But people are foolish in the ways of the Most High, the Son, man. So therefore, you're going to pay you a visit, and it's going to catch your ass off guard.
Psalms chapter 3 and verse 7 in the MSG. It says, of Yahawah, my power, help me. Slap their faces. First this cheek and then the other. Your fists hard in their teeth.
Man, he gonna stop.
That's the Lord about to do to these people, right? You see, you had that.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
You slap me around the car, you shoot.
Man,
And they think, see, that's where, you know, they get the mistake that saying the Lord is all love. All right? If there's evil in the city, the Lord, you don't think the Lord has done it? The Lord has done these things. All right? And he's going to set up and slap you in the face. All right? And when you get slapped in the face, you, and like you say, what they say, get stole on, you know what I'm saying? You got stole on, that shit hurt.
That shit, boy.
Yeah,
You feel embarrassed?
Yeah.
I got stole on.
Yeah. You start looking around.
Especially if you outnumbered, you be like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Head be ringing, you know what I'm saying? That's how that.
I ain't gonna try to
Bro, you
find
try to
something
figure out
about
what
this
the fuck
nigga out.
happened. Like, you just get stolen off. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. You ain't prepared. You're not prepared. When you see something coming, you prepare for it. You know, you brace yourself for a hit, for a slap. But when you ain't prepared for it, that shit really, you know, you be loose. You know, your legs wobble. That's what the Lord is gonna do. That's why I always say that thief in the night, the thief in the night, and that's what the Lord is setting up to do. Our people, like I said, they keep going around lollygagging, not prepared for what the Lord is getting prepared to do. You know, and like I said, when you start seeing them and you tell them what's going on, because we're watchmen, you know, so we be out here on the highways and byways, you still walking around with the head up, you know. It's all these women talking about, y'all want to speak high? You're not listening to the word, you just want to speak to your stinking ass.
Attention.
Yeah. Those are the ones that are going to get slapped in the face by the Lord, on both cheeks.
Hey, just imagine you in a room. Just imagine you in a room, right? You having a good ass time. I'm talking about you partying up. I'm talking about you having a blast. Playing the best music. You know what I'm saying? You in there, you winning. And then all the lights are shut off, and there's just a nigga in there punching everybody out. And you have no. I'm talking about pitch black.
Yeah, you know.
You in there, you having a great time. All of a sudden, music cut off, lights shut off. You in a room, I'm talking about the music just shuts off, lights go out, you can't see shit, and the nigga in there spilling off of everybody, bro. You have no idea where it's coming from. It's dark, you trying to grip, you trying to figure out, and then bop, you know what I'm saying, nigga just punching your ass out. That's not, bro, that's hell, man.
That's scary shit.
That's hell, bro. Somebody lock the doors, can't get out.
You don't know where to run to.
It's like Jehu. Remember Jehu, he locked the niggas in there, he locked the niggas in there.
Yeah.
You know, the fact he was sacrificing their God, yeah, y'all come through. People make it to a party.
Yahawah there.
Man, lock the doors and murder their ass, man.
Yeah.
That's an old good saying too. Like you about to set somebody up, they playing. We about to throw this nigga on board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know about that.
Throw that nigga a party. That shit scary, bro. That's what the Lord finna do. The Lord finna shut the lights out in America, lock the doors, and start punching people in the mouth, man. Hey.
Hey, we can't forget too, the Lord said in Ezekiel he's going to start at his house. You know, the other Israelite camp, if y'all ain't preparing the people for what's to come, you know, like I said, be on the podcast, y'all just want to do all this constant debate. We're not warning the people about the Lord is about to come down and we're setting up with this wrath. The Lord said he got his fierce anger. You know, what is that? That indignation. You're not telling the people. You're not preparing the people. And that blood is going to be on your hands. Lord's gonna come slapping people. You're not prepared for it. Right. All right? And what manner of man would you be when the Lord come? When he come and set these things upon the earth. And like I said, it's a build up and you're not watching. So you're supposed to be watchmen out here. All right? What it says in Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 33, it says we're supposed to be watchmen, warning the people. When you're on the watchtower, what do you do when you're sitting up there? You look and see what danger's coming. And the Lord is setting up dangers in all around Babylon and all around the earth. But you're not warning the people. You're just telling them, just, you know, let's go set up this land. Let's go fly over here, fly over there. Talking to doodoo catchers, Hamites, and different things. But you're not telling the people, the Lord, hey, you got the internet, the unicorn. You're not telling the people to get prepared and make way for the Lord. Repent. That's the main thing. Repent and get right with the Lord. And his name is Yahawashi. Yahawah being the Father, who the word equally calls God, and Yahawashi is who the word equally calls Jesus. And you just want to go around and tell them Christ. Christ. And when they call upon, just say Christ in that time, when the time really hits, the Lord will say, I never knew you because you don't know who I am. What is it? Proverbs 30 said, what is his name and what is his son's name and thou canst tell? You're supposed to know the name and call by the name. That's the first beginning of wisdom.
Matthew 24:36. For of this day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
I was gonna say, look at that flood that just happened down here in Texas, man.
They had been
Hey, overnight, bro, and through. You can imagine the fear and panic that those people had.
waking up and
Watching your children being stripped away from your arms while you're trying to hold on to them, man. Bro, that's horrible, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they came suddenly, man. You know? That's how quick the judgment of the Lord is gonna come on these people, man. And niggas still see that, and still ain't got no fear of the Lord, man. Oh man, it was tragic. A little bit of burden. Right after that shit. Niggas they ain't come like the Lord say. They don't know the Lord's judgment, man. Right. You know?
That's funny you brought that out. I have this held in 2 Peter 2:5. It says, spread out 2 Peter 2:5, and spread not the whole world, but save Noah, the 8th person, and their preacher of righteousness. You go into the word righteousness, it goes to doctrine, right? So he was preaching a certain doctrine. So then it says, a preacher of righteousness or doctrine, bringing in the flood upon the world of ungodly man. They're not even knowing that a certain doctrine was going to bring in the end of that time back then. Same thing happening now. We speaking words out the scripture, which Yahawashi comes to the Bible in the book. They're not even thinking about the end coming after we get to teaching these words. Right. Because Noah taught those words. It said a preacher of righteousness was going into the doctrine. So a certain doctrine is tied to this message is going to bring in the end. This time it's going to be fire. That's it.
Right. It's Matthew 24:14. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. What's it? Bring it in the flood.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said it. That doctrine going out brought in the end during that time. Yeah. This doctrine in this time going out, it symbolizes it's going to bring in the end. You see? That's why we seeing this shit happen, man. It wasn't through Christianity that shit started popping off in the earth. No, it was through the doctrine, man. You see, through this doctrine that we preach, that was given to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that they got from their elders, man. You see? So it's through this, man. This is the truth, you know?
Revelation 11, it says that after 3 days and a half, then life entered into them and they stood upon their feet. And then great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right. See, Esau, these elite Edomites, man, they know who they are. They know exactly who we are. They know the names of Yahawah. They know who we calling on. Right. Why do you think they moving so fast to try to stop us, man? You know, but that's prophecy. That's really the Lord setting them up in a chess move so that he can make a move on them too. Right. Because when they try to make a move on us, they will do it. They're just waiting for the right justification and the right laws to pass to do it. That's when Yahawashi gonna make a move on them. Right. So the Lord got Esau in the ultimate trick bag, man. But also just going into what we going into. Hey, the Lord got these niggas in a trick bag, man. Right. Especially these jakes that know the Israelites, man. That's a major trick bag right there. They the tables made a snare, man. You know?
This is fair. You know, because he brought out Noah's Lockett. He, you know, when you read it, when I was like growing up in the Christian church, you don't really think that Noah was just building the ark, him and his family. He just, do what you can do, go eat, go home, go to sleep, wake up, just do the same thing, not saying nothing to anybody. He was prophesying. He was a prophet. He was letting the people know what was about to come, you know? But like I say, did they listen? No. Yep.
He was the elect in that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was elected at that time.
And his household got delivered with him.
Yeah, he became a special.
You know, I had that scripture, but you just said I was getting that scripture for you, what you just said about Noah being the elect at that time. This is Ecclesiasticus 44:17. Noah was found perfect and righteous. In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant into the earth when the flood came. That's the elect. The remnant is the elect. He was taken in exchange for the world, man. Hey, through Noah, through him building that ark and doing that preaching, right? Him, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives got delivered and saved. And then once the floods pretty much was over, through his line, it repopulated the whole earth. He was taken in exchange for the world, man. See, so we want to be in that same lot where Noah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, 8 souls got delivered out of everybody.
Man, boy.
That's scary. That's scary.
That's crazy.
Bro.
Because they saw him building a boat, an ark, like it says, out of wood. And Wisdom of Solomon speaks about, he was, and I roughly paraphrasing, he said he was saved in a small value, a piece of small, like a small vessel, not like a small value or something, like something that's insignificant, like wood. You look at this right here. Oh, so I'm gonna save you about wood. People see that about a boat because it ran back then. It ain't far-fetched now. We saying we're gonna be delivered by spaceship. Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. I'm seeing I find it. He said he was. I think it's like what was Solomon 10:4. It's like 10:4, 12.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot how those words. I know what you're talking about.
He was saved in a small value of wood. He built that ark. People walking by and didn't pay him no mind. He's trying to tell you what's going to take place. Okay, that same wood that he used to build that ark out of, the Lord delivered him and his family inside of that.
That's right. I got it. I know what you're talking about. Wisdom of Solomon 14. I'm going to read it verse 1 again. You got it. 14:1. It says, again, one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through the raging waves, calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carried him. For verily desire of gain devised that, and the workman built it by his skill. So they was going into how they use wood to make idols, right? Yep. Verse 3, but thy providence, O Father, governeth it. For thou hast made a way in the sea and a safe path in the waves, showing that thou canst save from all danger. Yea, though a man went to sea without art, nevertheless thou wouldest not that the works of thy wisdom should be idle, and therefore do men commit their lives to a small piece of wood, and passing through the rough sea in a weak vessel are saved.
Man.
Basically, they believe more in their art craft, or you know what I'm saying, technology more than the Heavenly Father.
Right.
They believe in this little piece of wood. They're not acknowledging that, okay, you were able to build that, that's great, but the Most High allowed you to land safely. And that's the mindset of this place. People, now more than ever, they believe in the advancements of, technology versus the Most High. You got people out there that's tapping into AI and they're getting chat GPT psychosis, to where they're constantly asking questions where they feel like they have been endowed with some unfound knowledge,
Right.
because what they're getting from chat GPT was really that's showing you that people are worshiping technology more than the Creator.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You have Christians that actually are trying to interpret speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
Through ChatGPT.
Well, you got Vocabulary, he calls it glossolalia, to where it's a language that's unintelligible, but it shows you the reverse of the Tower of Babel. That's what that nigga does.
Oh boy. Wow. Come on,
It's called glossolalia.
Man, that's crazy.
They just speak a whole bunch of gibberish. They say, oh, what, it's glossolalia.
It's a heavenly tool.
Heavenly tongue. I can't interpret that, but he can. Let me see. So you got Chris there because what the hell you behind the Lord? You know what I said? What was that? Corey, sorry, this nigga's a damn, this nigga's a maniac. Yeah. Christians are maniacs.
Verse 6, last verse. It says, for in the old time also, when the proud giants perished, and these ain't talking about big ass, jolly green giant ass niggas hanging on to the ark. These giants are talking about the sons of God, man. See, the sons, those who were renowned. Okay, so it says, for in old time also, when the proud giants perished, the hope of the world governed by the hand escaped in a weak vessel and left to all ages a seed of a generation. Going to Noah pretty much being in the ark, being in an ark that was built out of gopher wood, that the Lord created and the Lord guided him to make the ark, and he also guided the ark to be safe.
Right.
So that through him trusting in Yahawashi, what happened? It says at the very end once again, and left to all ages, which we're in an age right now, a seed of a generation.
Right.
Which we're generations, and we're of that seed.
Right.
Here today still, through the act of what Noah did in faith, man. Here today.
Right.
And that goes to show you the level of faith Noah had, man.
Right.
You know? But that was on that.
So Isaiah 47 and 13 in the NLT. So it says, all the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds. Like the brother, you had made that point that like Esau is trying everything right now, man. See, you nigga doing CERN. That nigga trying everything he possibly knows, man. Right. And that's the Lord market that nigga, man. You see? They even show you when I get that movie Tomorrowland or Tomorrow World with George Clooney. Yeah, they was a fucking thing. It takes them into a different universe, but they you know what I mean? And they had a fucking machine in the world in that world that they were trying to get to that could predict the future and all this other shit. They were trying to stop the disaster and shit. Man, you ain't gonna be able to stop what's coming, man. Right? You ain't gonna be. None of that shit that you're doing is gonna help you, bro. Because the Lord had already spoke to you. He already spoke your downfall, man. See? Hey, remember?
I was just going to fly back that Tomorrowland. That movie, that was basically it. It's the elites. Right, it's the elites. That's what it is. Tomorrowland, that was the elites that were basically getting out of the world. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Going into their bunkers and basically doing different things. Talking about their way, trying to destroy. They knew the destruction was coming, but yet they was out in their own world.
Right, advancing their own technology. Yeah.
They got the smartest people, the wealthiest people, and they got to go over to this what was it, like another dimension? Yeah, another dimension.
Hey man, these elites, man. How do you think that the devil knows that he has but a short time?
Right.
Like, how do you think he knows it? I mean, obviously, it's the things that we see going on in the planet Earth.
Right.
But it's a lot deeper when it says that he knows that he has but a short time. What did Esau really see? Using his technology and CERN and tapping into these particular portals and trying to shoot rockets at the moon during the time of the eclipse. All that means something to Esau, man. He just ain't just doing that shit, eclipse, let's just shoot a rocket at the moon and just see. No, all this has a meaning behind it because he taps in to that left-hand energy, man. He's tapping into all that ancient Kemetic energy. So go ahead. I was just going to say, like, what did Esau, what the Lord revealed to him, man? The Lord showed Esau some things. He's like, yo, I got to move fast.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. Daniel 5, minute tekel force.
Esau doing diligent search. Also, the scripture told him if you can go to the depths of the sea, or go to the stars. So he saw, okay, if I can do that, on top of what you're saying, the Lord's showing him other stuff too. Like, man, we got to hurry up, That's why I try to build so-called go to the moon type shit. He never went to the moon, man. Go to the depths of the sea. The Lord said he'll do away with Israel. But no, you haven't done that. So the Lord's people are still here.
He's trying to.
He's trying. He's
The Lord
definitely
put the
trying.
spirit on us to really like go there. You know?
Yep.
We have a space program, you know, when the eclipse came, you know, missile 8 which is the Egyptian god of darkness. Darkness, the Egyptian god of darkness, man. We just gonna shoot missiles at the moon during the time of the eclipse. When the eclipse is happening, we gonna shoot missiles at the moon. All that's just not just by coincidence, man. See, and then I remember the video that Yahawah did where this guy was tapping in, they tapped into pretty much seeing into the future, and they was like all different scenarios they seen, and they're all ended. They calculated many different scenarios, and it all ended the same way. All the different scenarios that they tapped into, it had one end at the end of the day, man. When you know that, hey, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Esau gonna be the end of the world. Whatever you do is gonna be the end of you, Esau. You can try your best to try to cut us off from being a people, try to kill off the elect. You ain't gonna be able to do it, nigga. It's not gonna happen, man. I got something for everybody else. Isaiah 44, I'm starting at verse 24 and read down. It says, "Thus saith Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I, Yahawah, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by itself," excuse me, by myself, "that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers."
Confirming the word of the servant. Going back to what I believe you just said. No matter what Esau Edom tries to tap into, his days are numbered. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's gonna be confirmed when it happens. He could try to come up with different scenarios and these different plots and things of that nature. But ultimately, it's up to the Most High, to set up who He wants to. Like as it says, only day in the 4th chapter, He sets up who He wants to, and the will of the Heavenly Father is to usher in the kingdom of heaven by causing war, right? And in the midst of war, Yahawashi is going to return and put everybody on subjection.
What is it? What is it out there? He's basically stop the crafty. We talked about he basically stopped the rights of the crafty. Yeah. 32. Yeah.
14, 15, 16.
Verse 26, "that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof." That's going into pretty much the tabernacle of David being built back up after the days of old, man. Judah's in a decayed, Israel is in a decayed state, man. But even though Israel's in a decayed state, 2/3 of our people are completely out of there. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi is still going to beautify his people, man, regardless. He's still going to raise up his prophets, as in the days of old. So what? Chant down Babylon the Great, chant down this wicked-ass society and system, to usher in Yahawashi to destroy this place, man. There's nothing Esau can do to stop them. That's why he's trying to disconnect this connection that we have with the Most High. Let us cut their bands asunder. Because he knows, look, if we can't stop this from going down, our asses is going into captivity. Right. And Esau knows that. These elites, they know that. And they really think in their mind and in their heart of hearts that they can thwart it. But it's the Lord putting it in their mind thinking that they can do it.
They're going to offset the prophecy. But they said, well, one thing we can do is get everybody and put that seal in them. And basically, these are our people. Now we got their pack no lip. So now the Lord can't have you because you're out. Esau, like I say, he's setting up because he don't want to. He think he's going to win now. He think he's setting up for the Lord to basically do the open door on the Lord. But everything he's doing, the Lord is setting his heart to do so. Then you're thinking of like the different AI, these different things that he's creating. He's using the Lord's elements to create these things. The Lord is setting you up for you to fall.
Man, it's like playing Uno. You playing stack Uno, and Esau got the last card in his hand, and he got to draw 2. And here it is. Here it is. You got 5 draw 4s in your hand. You just smack on them both. Draw 4 draw. And you just want to throw the card down at this game. End up with fucking 32 cards.
That Uno right here. Right. The Uno out.
Y'all happy your seat over here holding the card?
Draw 4 in your hand.
You be salty when that shit happens, bro.
I did that to one of my relatives, snap shit out of my ass. He ain't fighting.
Him got mad.
Man, I said, draw 4.
Damn.
I draw 4. Draw 4.
Drop 4.
First back to me.
Words back to me. Then draw 2. Then change it.
Skip you.
Yeah.
Back to me. First and back. Yeah, like, bro. Just throw the cards out like, bro. I ain't want to play this shit.
You better feel that bill.
Yeah, that's what the boss are about to do. He got that one here, that one card.
Feel his belly. That's almost complete.
Yeah.
You gonna throw it like that, just go
Yeah.
and land. Hey,
And I said 32. I started 7. I said 32 and 7. The instruments. I said 32 and 5. The God person should be no more called liberal, but the true shall be said. Nor the true is said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahawah, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fall, to fail.
Yeah, so that's what Esau's doing now. We're looking at, we have everybody turning away from the Lord and turning towards his devices, his AI, these different things. All right? You got people that basically, you have people now that basically don't even go to church now. They say, well, I already know because I pull up things to chat GTP,
Yeah, GPT.
Yeah. So they're basically relying more and more on these things and actually pulling them forward to the Lord. Even these Christians, they feel like that Esau is going to save them from these things that are about to happen. You're looking towards the man that's basically going to cause destruction to save you. You run into a burning house. That's exactly what's happening. But he's making you feel good, you know what I'm saying? That's what he says. His words words are smoother than butter. The war is actually always in his heart.
Right.
See, this nigga, his dust is not wiped away altogether when going to Sirach 12. All right? It's looking like he's constantly is the same old nigga that put you in slavery.
Right.
He's the same guy that's doing it, and he's trying to make you now feel good about who you are. Be prideful, believe in him. And what he's going to do, he's going to set you up to show you that you are truly a slave. And I'm going to show you that. I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. And if you don't want to get the program, I'm going to throw you an alligator and put you in Alcatraz.
Verse 7. The instruments also are the true or evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Wow. Hey, like I said, when he's speaking right, that is going against his ways and his laws, because the earth was given it to, his rules. The earth was given it to the wicked. He is given it to what? Esau Edom. So he controls the narrative, but when you go against that, he said, we got to do away with you. That's why the Lord said he's going to watch out that he's going to persecute you. He's going to persecute the men of the Lord. And he's going to use a lot of these Israelites to turn towards us because what? He's crafty. He's going to use his devices to put them in a bind like the 2/3 of the world, and they're going to start blaming us for certain things.
Yep. They get out free card is bringing up Deuteronomy 20:22 and 28. So they teach this. Y'all need to get on them. Nate has done that several times. When he was interviewed, I believe he was in somewhere in Africa or in London. And he brought up Kendrick Lamar, and somehow, some way, he brought us up.
Was the interview this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that let you know when things get rough, niggas gonna tell, bro. Verse 8, but the liberal devises liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand.
Isaiah 59 in verse 14. It says, verse 14, excuse me. No, verse 15. It says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahawah saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. See, so if you speak out against the system, if you speak out against what's going on in this society, you look at it as a prey in this world, man.
Right.
We coming up to a time right now where, I know Mike Hollis says this a lot. It's about to not be very cute to be an Israelite. It ain't gonna be cute to be, to have the armbands and I'm on this platform, this Hebrew Israelite to face this person. Okay, it's about to be we coming into a time where, hey, being a Hebrew Israelite and professing your belief in Yahawashi is gonna come with extreme opposition.
Yeah.
The whole world is gonna hate you because they about to point the finger at us for every damn thing. Everything that's going wrong, they about to say it's our fault.
Yeah, we ain't got shit.
Especially when they start snatching up niggas. You don't think what we're saying is, treason? You don't think what we're saying is monstrous to the masses, bro? So they could use our platform, what we say, as a way to start snatching up Jake that ain't gonna look like us. Like, he's not even Israelite, he just had a beard, he's a Muslim, and he got nowhere into with the coat. And the people in Jake is already starting to come up against his Judah. Right? They're already starting to come out, to different camps, you know what I'm saying, to get that debate. So what do you think is gonna happen when all hell breaks loose? And then we're gonna see who's gonna stand stiffly for those fringes.
That's right here. That's right. Yeah. They can be going to Ross trying to change and buy some clothes. They ain't got no fringes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And every time they go by, some people have friends on.
Yup. We're gonna see. We're gonna have a lot of these leaders that's gonna be crashing out their congregation. Keep the fringes on it because they want to keep that money going. They themselves not even gonna be wearing fringes. They're gonna be caught with no fringes on. What do you think gonna happen when somebody like General Yahawashi money start getting low because of persecution? What you think gonna happen? He gonna quit. The nigga that's second in command, Mahama. What you think a nigga like that gonna do? Right? Hakai's gonna tell you. Hakai's gonna sit on Vocab Malone's couch. I am not a radical Hebrew Israelite like other camps. I denounced it. I got away from Sakari, Genesis. I just kind of taking a back seat on that. He's gonna try to use that gift of gab to get out of, the limelight. They want the limelight now, but they gonna get what they looking for. And with all the limelight they need when they on CNN, when they on Fox, when they on the local news stations. Okay?
Then shall it be known who are my chosen.
Yup. Then it's gonna be known who's down, who's body. Who is it? That's where faith comes in. Yes, you're gonna have certain demons attack you, right? Doubt, just like our forefathers. That's why it says in Romans the 15th chapter, the 4th verse, where it was written for a foretime for our learning. you see the apostles going, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures going through things, then you know, how are we supposed to respond? You're going to have those doubts.
Right.
Look at Peter, man. You know? Peter saw, you know, Yahawashi about to be, you know, on trial, man. He denied Yahawashi. I don't know that, man. But this last night, he said, man, I'll die for you. I'll rob you.
Right.
You don't know, hey, bro.
Right. Man.
He
Hey,
told him.
brother.
Woo. Man.
Hey,
Told
brother.
him. He like, no, I ain't gonna
This
tell
thing
him.
is serious, dog. You gotta have mental fortitude. But that doubt didn't lead to disbelief. Even though that man did that, he still got up and began to preach, bro.
That's right. Yep.
You know?
Hey, I had looked that up earlier today too. I had ChatGPT. Gotta read. It says, so I asked ChatGPT, why did the Lord tell Peter he would deny him? And in Acts we see the transformation in Peter standing boldly. So it says, great question. The transformation of Peter from denying Hamashiach out of fear to boldly preaching and doing miracles in his name is one of the most powerful examples of spiritual growth, humility, and the Lord's refining process in the scriptures.
That was written for us.
Right.
Peter getting rebuked constantly. Peter got rebuked by Paul. He didn't stop. Peter got rebuked by Yahawashi. Yahawashi him the Savior called him a Satan.
Right.
Hey, somebody that's weak, they would have been, man, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I tried. I'm obviously not tough for this. I got I'm just gonna preach. I'm just gonna get my money up. I love y'all. I still believe, but I can't be getting caught in the devil.
Who the hell are you talking to?
You know what I'm saying? I can't be getting caught in the devil.
Yeah, man.
Listen. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got it. You like that. Right. You know what? You got it.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'll be there.
Right. Yeah.
That shows you that man had mental fortitude.
Right.
The Lord put you through certain things, man. The Lord will bring you low. Right? Low, dog. The Lord will make you look bad. Then what you gonna do? Are you gonna keep on fighting? Or you gonna quit? That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. That's the thing right there.
Man.
Being willing to continue even though you look at whack as hell. That's the fight. All for the will Yahawah shot. Right? A lot of times humility takes going to the next stage. And do it on the left hand side. You got the humility ritual. You gotta be humiliated for you to go to that next level. Well, yeah. The most I does it on the right hand side. Yahawashi had to be humiliated. It says in Philippians, the 2nd chapter, he despised.
Reputation.
He said it's like he despised, like basically for lack of a better term, violence. He ain't like, you know what I'm saying, being caught out there like that, but he took it because he knew that understood that's the next level.
He reviled and reviled not, or so they reviled and reviled.
I'm loosely paraphrasing. Can you go to Philippians 2nd chapter? It's like he despised something. But if I'm saying it wrong, then I'll just leave it. Start at the top.
Okay. Philippians 2 and 1. If there be therefore any consolation in the Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any vows and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done in strife and vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
That's right. So you have to esteem others better than yourself. That's good, but that's not easy. But I think
Despising the shame.
despising the shame, something to
I
that
think it's
degree.
in Peter. I think it's in actually Peter. Despising the shame. I think I know what you're talking about.
You know?
Shame. Despise I think I know what you're talking about. I just forgot where it says.
Right?
I can continue in this Philippians way.
Yeah, this is continuing that.
Okay.
So, hey, God.
This is continuing on Philippians 2,
And 4, it's going right into it. So look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was in also Hamashiach Yahawashi, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself.
That's right. So he humbled himself, man. He took the lump. And Yahawashi was very high level in the spirit, man. How he conducted himself, him being able to do these miracles, man. It was very, very high level. Right? But he didn't show the world all that he could have done. If he wanted to be carnal and set himself up, he could have. He had people that were calling him, Hosanna. Like, would make you a king. He's like, nah, I'm made himself a no reputation. Because he had the mission in mind. You know?
I got it.
Yeah.
You got more? No, it's in Hebrews.
Okay, Hebrews 12, yeah.
Hebrews 12 and 2. Looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame.
Despising the shame, bro.
Beautiful.
So that man was humiliated, bro. That man was humiliated, man. People punching you, spitting on you. Prophesy who stole you.
I'm talking shit.
Mad, bro. Knowing that, hey man, I really could see some angels out here to kill all y'all. That man, I wish I was on that level.
Yep.
Jay get his Jay go do some things with his girl. Been mad for 2 years behind that shit. Doing videos and shit. You know, or whatever. You know? Man behind something, hey man, you know what I'm saying, between your family member, you know, whatever. I'm just throwing out scenarios. Right? But his understanding was on a different level. That's that's what we're praying for. We're praying for that level of understanding. That's what the elect one had. They had that level of understanding in time of adversary. That's what Peter was built up to have. Peter, what at the time he was built up to be the leader, to not only be the leader but to die for Yahawashi. Ready for it, bro. That's why we're being built up now to hopefully be ready for the time that we've been talking about, to be persecuted, to be, ridiculed, to be, be in a compromised situation for the truth.
All right, going back to that ChatGPT, it says, number 1, to reveal Peter's weakness. It says, purpose, Yahawashi exposed Peter's overconfidence. Peter said that he would go to prison and death with Yahawashi, but the Lord knew Peter didn't yet understand the cost of discipleship.
So you go into this thing, man, you think, man, I'll die for this.
Right.
I'm ready, I'm so gaudy. And you might have that spirit, but there's certain things that the Lord got you to do.
Right.
Okay, I like this about you, but you got to get this right. You got to get that right. He's going to put you through that hell. He's going to put you through that controversy. He's going to put you through certain things that's going to make you, if you're a part of the thing. Fuck break you, fuck all that, make you if you're part of the elect. You'll be able to pass these certain tests. It's like Peter. Peter is it's always the example that I love to go to when I'm down and out. That man had a hell of a chin to get knocked down and get right back up and keep going.
One more thing. It says, listen, we often think we're stronger than we are. The Lord let Peter fall to humble him and show him he couldn't rely on his own strength, but had to lean fully on Hamashiach.
Fool on the Lord, not your will, bro.
It could happen like the next day, right?
That happened the next day.
Well, I said in Psalm, Proverbs 21:7, And NLT, don't brag about tomorrow since you don't know what the day will bring. So right now, Yahawah say, hey, I'm with that. And next day, you know, Yahawah say, Lord willing.
It's easier to say we with it right now.
Y'all be up.
We out here
I say that all
in
the
the
time.
wind. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody
Breeze feeling good.
feeling good. Ooh, I'm done with it. Well, okay. Swatch pull up, 50 niggas deep, come pull out, and get on the ground. You look at each other like, hey.
Yeah.
You in the interrogation rooms. You know your man Mike Allah? Yeah, he told me about the guns. Fucking with your head? Yeah, he told me about the guns. You want to see your daughter, don't you? Huh? What you gonna do?
I'm not to be funny, but then the cartoon character be scared. The nigga heart beating.
Yeah.
Like you can see his heart coming out of the chest.
That's it, bro.
Boy, scared, bro.
No.
Oh, he said you the leader. Oh, right now, he ain't talking about you right now. They are gonna put you against.
Yep.
So I want to say, Lord willing, hey.
Hey, Lord willing, pass the test, bro.
Man.
Like I said. Go ahead,
So
Josh.
with that, hey, we pray this was an edifying camp. As always, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Give honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the great millstone, that taught us this truth, and that's the teaching the truth. Much peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Until next time, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Man.